How you going? Welcome to Rusted Iron Ranch. It's a bit of a cold, wet day here today, so I'm getting some stuff done on the Inter. Last time, what did we do last time? Rear diff. So we did the brakes and bearings on the rear diff. I think that was the last video. Yeah, I think it was. Now I'm going to do the front. So maybe today we might get it totally done. I might just get it disassembled. We'll see. I did the other side already over a few days. So if nothing goes wrong, I might be able to get it all done today. I've got all the parts, and I'll talk to you about that in a little minute. Alright, well, I'll get set up and we'll start pulling this hub apart. Okay, so hopefully you can hear me for the rain. As soon as I start filming, it wants to rain. Alright, so I think we're all set up to start pulling this apart. So firstly, we have to disassemble the hub. So you need to take the freewheeling hub section apart. These freewheeling hubs just have like the flathead screwdriver, and they're just, once we get them apart, it'll make a bit more sense. So they're just in and out, they're just a half turn type thing. They're just like a barrel, like a drum, one side's missing, there's a star wheel in there, but you'll see it in a minute. We'll start taking this apart. Yeah, so that's what that looks like. So when you turn these flathead bits, they just rotate these drums in here, and that side it's open. So if it's open, and when I pull this star wheel out, it'll make a bit of sense. I might even assemble it back in. So that's locked in there. Alright, that's good. This one was assembled right. The other side wasn't assembled right. There's actually a snap ring in behind here that locates your star wheel, and that's what drives your freewheeling hubs or in and out of gear. And that rotates in like just a plastic bushing. On the other side, that split pin had come apart and was just kind of flopping around in there. But that's a good sign. All this needs is a clean. Not 100% sure if this split ring is the original one. Seems to fit. Held itself in there, so that's right. So, these two holes here are where the freewheeling hub works. So this star wheel can rotate freely on the spline. So if it was trying to receive drive from the spline, it'll just rotate until, so one of these guys has to be in here, or both. But if I put it in that way, where it's got the cutout, it can still rotate, as you see there. Can still rotate until I turn it round. And it does have to be in the right spot for me to turn it round. I turn it round, that's now the hub is locked in. So this star wheel will not turn. And because it won't turn, it means it'll drive this ring around, and that ring in turn with the end plate and the hub are all bolted together. So that's how we receive drive from our spline, from our axle to our hub. There's our front wheel drive. Now, just the same as the back, we've just got our outer nut, lock washer and nut. There we go. Okay, the next part to disassemble is the backing plate and the stub axle. So this is simply just 6 bolts, and it's handy because then I can put the new brake shoes on and fit the master cylinder on the bench and do what I have to do with all the springs. So here we go. There's our brake backing plate. I just use one of these soft hammers. Whoop, didn't even need it. And there's the stub with a little brush bushing in the back, and all that does is support the axle out here. Okay, so just off camera, I've removed the swivel seal retaining plates. This Dana 44 axle is a closed knuckle axle. I believe it was a early design. A lot of American trucks seem to have ran them in the 60s, and then a lot of manufacturers went away from them, including Ford International. This is a 74 truck. For some reason, Internationals in Australia still had them. Now that brings me to another point. These seals are very hard to come by. Well, the seal on the back, the rubber seal and the felt, plus it comes with a retaining plate and 12 new bolts. They're really hard to come by, so make sure you can source them before you pull apart. These ones were both leaking, this one more than the other, so I knew I needed them anyway. So, another thing, so it's a Dana 44, but this is what they call a Dana 44 heavy duty. Now all that means is the knuckles, so the knuckle size, this is the same knuckle that would be on a Dana 60 or a Dana 70 front axle if it was closed knuckle. And what that means, the difference is there's 6 bolts per half shape, so there's 12 bolts all around that hold the seal on. So if you're after the seals, count what bolt pattern you've got on the back of your hub. There is a smaller version which I think is 8 bolt, I think, so there must be only 4 in each of these. So that's a smaller seal, smaller hub, all the rest of it. And then there's the 12 bolt heavy duty hub. So that's this one, and they're very hard to get. So luckily I got onto West Coast F100 salvage in Victoria here, and they had a new old stock set of Ford ones. Same axle, different manufacturer, so I got them, which was really lucky. Alright, so we will start taking apart the hub now. So we've got to take apart the top and bottom kingpins. Probably could, so I don't really think it matters which one I do first, but you probably could take the bottom one out first, and then it just sits on the top one while you undo it. Okay, here's our bottom kingpin. I'm just keeping the shims on there because I'm not rebuilding these because they seem to be really good. So keeping the shims on the bottom plate and the bolts intact. Okay, so we got this top kingpin out. I just had to keep rotating it for a little bit. Now the reason I could feel it rotating was obviously because it has to rotate because there's a key in there. I forgot about that on the other side. Otherwise it wouldn't lubricate. But it seemed to have fused itself. It seems to be lubricated, but it seemed to have fused itself on the shaft or possibly on the keyway. But we'll get the hub off and we'll have a look at what the rest of it looks like. We'll keep our shims all in the same order, and top to bottom, all that's left there. Our top bolts in there too, so we don't lose them. And it's actually impossible to get the two mixed up because one has the keyway, one doesn't. Okay, so we should be nearly ready. Scissors off. So you can see at the back here, there's the felt seal, there's the like the rubber wiper seal, and then these retaining plates go on behind the felt and hold it all to the back of the hub. They all need to be off before we can remove it from the swivel ball. There's our bottom bearing, take a roller bearing drop out. And that's what we're looking at. So here's our wiper seal. It goes in the back of the hub like that. The felt seal goes on over the top, like so. And these bolt on to our 12 bolts and hold it all together. Now what that effectively does is provide a seal on the ball to not let any of our hub lubricant out. And the lubricant I'll be using in these, which I've already done on the other side, is semi-fluid grease. So it's a really fluid grease, or like thicker than a thicker oil. So it shouldn't really come out real easily. This looks to be just normal grease, which is fine as well. Here's our top kingpin bushing or bearing, and our axle just comes out like so. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to clean all this up, do it off camera, because you don't want to see that. And it's gross. Like, once I start doing it, I can't touch the camera and we get an hour worth of footage that I need to sort through later. So what I'm going to do, I'll turn the camera off, I'm going to clean the swivel hub out, I'll clean the ball off, I'm going to clean all my parts that I'm going to be reusing. So your top, bottom, kingpins, bearings, bolts, everything. And then I'll bring it back when we're looking at the reassemble. Alright. Now I've got to turn the camera off. Okay, so everything's clean, swivel hub's clean, knuckles clean, everything's greased up, as in the bearings ready to go. I've greased the races top and bottom with some lithium grease. Not the same grease as what I'm lubricating it with, but pretty much the same as what you'd put in any CV joint. Anyway, we're ready to go. I just want to do this all in one go because it's very messy. So, firstly, I've got our seals out of our container. Just going to put some oil over the ball. To help aid with getting our so it goes there, the two holes close to each other. Here's our swivel seal. Don't want to bend it too much, only enough to get it on. Okay, they're on. Very important that they go on first. The other thing that's very important, which I forgot the first time I did it, is the axle. So I'll grab that right now. Axle in. That's a good sound. Just lift it up a little bit. Feels like it's in. Now it's in the spline of the diff. So, bottom bearing, because we need to kind of fling that in there as we're putting the hub on too. So pull this around. Sit that in the bottom just for a minute. In there, and the bottom one's about ready to go in as well. Let's get our top on. Now it's located, it's oiled up, so potentially just get this in position. We'll get our soft hammer. Nice. tubes are on. Okay, with the bottom ones, both sides seem to be really leaking past the threads, and so the bottom plate and all the bolts were really dirty on both sides. So what I did with the other side, I actually RTV'd the bolts. So I just put some black RTV on the bolts on the thread, so hopefully that seals around a little bit where the oil might be coming through, because the those holes actually go all the way up into the housing. So I'm assuming the oil or semi-fluid grease or whatever lubricant is working its way down the threads and accumulating on the bottom of the heads of the bolts underneath. So I might just do that again. So I'll just put some RTV on them and then chuck them up in there. Okay, well they're all finger tight. I'll just grab the torque wrench and we'll torque these down. I think they're something like 40 foot-pounds. You won't really be able to see this, but I'll assemble the seal at the back. I probably won't film this because there'll be nothing to see. But that seal sits in the back of the groove we saw earlier on the knuckle. The felt seal goes over the top, and then the two retainer plates with 12 holes in them, and then 12 bolts, then press both the felt seal and the wiper seal into the hub, and it can do its job wiping on the ball and keeping all the grease on the inside and dirt out, obviously. So I might just turn the camera off and I'll do this and I'll bring you back when we're about to fill the hub with semi-fluid grease. Okay, so our seals are on the back. Now we're up to lubing. So there is a fill point on the side of this, but to save time, I don't want to sit here and just pump with the grease gun the whole time. And this grease is really fluid, like it's called a semi-fluid, so it's a NLGI00. So as far as I know, the 00 pertains to the thickness of the oil. I think a lot of oil, thickness of the grease, sorry. I believe a lot of grease that you buy is 2, and where this is 0 or 00. Now I can pour this out if I wanted to. But the way I did it the last one is it takes not quite 2, and that's the not quite part is the part I can't get out of the bottom of 2 tubes, which is good. So what I did, I just squeezed it in this hole and squeezed from the bottom. Awesome. So that just went everywhere. Jeez. Go up in there somewhere. It went somewhere. I actually don't know where that went. Okay, our next part is our stub axle. So it's all clean. I really love RTV. Spread that out. Because these mating faces are probably very, very low tolerance, most of this is probably just going to squish out. But backing plate goes on over the stub. Backing plate, stub are on. Here's our assembled hub. Seals in the back. Both new bearings have been put in. I've pre-greased this one. I'll just grab a bit of grease off the back of this. Put around where the seal's going to run. Bearing on. Tighten up with our 2.5 inch socket, hub socket. Backed off. Lock wash can go on. And now out the nut. Okay, so we're in the final stages here. Knuckles back together, backing plates on, stubs on with the backing plate. We've got our hub on, we've got it the right tension. Try not to get grease everywhere. And now we're going to put our freewheeling hub back together. So, okay, so we've got our freewheeling hub assembled. Star wheel in there, our 2 selectors, drum selectors, and we've got our hub with RTV on it. So we'll put this on the spline to make sure the shaft is all the way out. Okay, so that's on. All it's left to do really is, I'll put a bit more grease in here, a good measure. Brand new high tensile bolts, 3/8, I believe. We bolt through. There, that one. Just try and now the resistance is those springs on the selector drums, and probably the O-rings that are getting destroyed for their first time. Okay, that took a while. I'm not sure how long, but it's now dark outside, so it was long enough. I have a massive mess around me, as you can see. I apologise for just the one shot, probably this whole video. Hopefully they're not all going to be like that, but this is a pretty big job, the swivel hubs. There's quite a few layers, as you saw, to get done. So this kind of is just a one video type task. So there we have it. The only thing left to do, I'm just gonna clean the, I'll brake clean the brakes, the shoes. I'll degrease all the hub. I'm just gonna wire brush it, and then I'm painting them. And the other thing is, when I put a tyre on, I'll torque down these end bolts on the drive flange there. It's just a little bit hard to do it with the spinning hub, and a little bit hard to torque them correctly if I'm trying to stop it from moving with a lever or something like. So there we go. So if you like this video, make sure you like. If you want to see more, subscribe. My name's Terence. This has been Rusted Ryan Ranch, and thanks for watching. Awesome. That just went everywhere.